First we get the prime of u, which in this case is 1 minus x to the negative 3 and the parenthesis to the 6, as well as getting the prime of b, which is x to the negative 2 plus 1 and the parenthesis to the 4. In both cases we must use chain rule, which is n times u prime times u to the n minus 1, which n stands for the exponent of the whole parenthesis. In this case it is 6 for u and 4 for b. We multiply 6 times 3x to the negative 2 and we leave the 1 minus x to the negative 3 elevated to the 5th power alone, and we finally get the prime of u, which is 12 times x to the negative 2 times 1 minus x to the negative 3 and this parenthesis to the 5th power. For b, as we said, n is 4, so once we multiply the 4 with 2x to the negative 3, which is the prime of u in this case, we get 8x to the negative 3 and the parenthesis stays the same. We only subtract 1 to n. Now we get the product rule, which is uv prime plus bu prime. So we just get the values in order. In this rule it doesn't matter the order. We just need to get a u multiplying a v prime and a v multiplying a u prime. And this is thanks to the fact that it is an addition. So as long as you get this right, the order it doesn't really matter. In this step, we just bring down the x to the negative 2 from 12 to make it positive, and also from 8 times x to the negative 3. Therefore, the x goes to the denominator to get positive exponents.
Here, we are finding the greatest common factor in order to simplify the expression. 4 over x to the square times x to the negative 2 plus 1 to the cube times 1 to the negative x minus 3, this to the 6th power. And all this times 3 times 1 to the negative x minus 3 plus 2 over x times x to the negative 2 plus 1. We rewrite the first half of the equation, but in the second half we multiply the numbers outside the parentheses with the values inside, which in this case it gave us 3 minus 3 to the negative 3 plus 2x to the negative 2 over x plus 2 over x. In the last step, we rewrite everything but the last two values, which are 2x to the square over x and 2 over x. We join them since the denominator is the same, and we get 2 times 2x to the negative 2 over x, and with that we get our final result.